we are breaking out the 800. This is actually going to be the first ride on these 28-inch Mega Mayhems, and also with the snorkels on it and everything. Also, we got the 2-inch lift kit. It's actually just in the front of it because I wasn't able to put it in the rear because the axles wouldn't go low enough, if that makes sense, and I was unable to run it without ruining the axles pretty much. So I just left the rear out. It sits pretty good though. I like the way it sits. If you actually look at the back anyway, it looks pretty jacked up. I also put new axles in the rear. Figured I might as well get it done. Also, new wheel bearings in the back, new trailing arm bearings. Oh, and back over here. Woo. Listen to that 800. I got the 13-bolt cover on there now. Today we're actually trying out a different spring that I put in the CV Tech clutch. So yeah, we're gonna see how this thing does, how it handles the 28s. I'm pretty excited. So let's hop on and see what we got. You gotta do the Can-Am rock here every now and then to get her into gear, but that's alright, that's minor. Woo! I'm sure we could do a wheelie. Oh yeah. Wheelie and low like nothing. Woo! Not even trying. Oh, what else did I do? Oh my gosh, I forgot to mention. Not that you can see it, but I got a different intake manifold on there. So hopefully give it a little more oomph. I changed out the air filter to the Gen 2 style air filter. Just a couple little things, you know. Alright. The engagement is kind of high, so we're on level ground here. I think it engages around 2800. Yeah, pretty much 2900, but woo, she feels good though. I like how it feels. Woo. Alright, one thing I don't like about this already is these handguards hit these snorkels. I'm going to have to put a new bump stop in or something, because that's kind of annoying. Alright, well, let's hit it. I also, since I had to take the bracket lift out of the rear, I decided I might as well, just to get a little lift out of it, tighten up the suspension as much as I could, which kind of sucks only because she's pretty stiff, but so also today we're kind of just going to putz around a little bit and try and figure out my clutching, like I said, because now I got the 28-inch Mega Mayhems on here. So we're really going to see how the 800 does now. I mean, I'm sure it'll be alright, but also this is the first time I've had it out since doing my upgraded intake and air filter. So it's going to be also part of today's trial run. So far this thing handles them obviously fine. Oh man, these trails are so rocky. You gotta love how these 800s sound though, man. I really like the first gen 800s. I just like the way they look and everything about them. To me, it's kind of like it's still that old school style four-wheeler, but it's got a lot of new technology in it. It's got like the fuel injection and stuff like that. It's got awesome power. It's really like kind of, I think it's kind of an iconic four-wheeler only because it's like the first time they really did something like that. And it kind of kicked off the whole big bore four-wheeler, the whole big bore ATV scene. So yeah, that's part of the reason I really wanted this four-wheeler specifically. Of course, there's still no power steering or anything like that, but that's alright, you don't need it. Still want to keep it kind of old school, you know? Still like to be the underdog most of the time, so it's nice to have lot of power, yeah, I think still kind of be the underdog because I'm running an older machine. If that actually counts for anything, but and of course, I'm sure a lot of guys were thinking, hey man, why don't you just go out and get an 850 high lifter or something like that if you want an 800 with a lot of power. But mostly because of the price, like, it kind of sucks buying used machines, but at the same time you save a lot of money doing it that way. Although, woo, now it's kind of, it's, if you can find a deal, ever since like COVID and everything, the prices of used machines has gone nuts. But if you can find a deal and stuff, like, I still think it's worth getting a used machine. And some of these you can find in really good shape. A lot of them you find in pretty beat up shape. Personally, I feel like the one that I got here was a little bit beat up, but we got her good and we got her going, so. Plus, the nice thing about these also is you can still get plenty of parts for them. Mr. RPM makes all kinds of big bore stuff still for the first gens and for even the newer ones, obviously. It's kind of one of the reasons I also went with Can-Am, is just because you have so many options of, if you want to increase your power, you can, you know. But so that was really the main reasoning behind it. I really love the Rotax motor and everything. You can't beat the sound. All right, so the thing that kind of sucks is here, I don't really have a good, like, straight, flat place to get the shift out on this thing, which was kind of what I was worried about, but we'll try. Woo! Tell you what, though, man, the 800s, man, like, holy crap. It's another thing that's kind of cool about these older machines is that they're a lot more lightweight than the new ones. So even though they have a little less power than the new ones, which is really not much. I guess the horsepower on this thing is 62 or something, which is pretty good, I think. We're gonna really test out how well all these things hold together. I gotta say, these snorkels are pretty solid, and the rad relocation kit too. But yeah, everything is pretty solid plastic wise. I was able to get this thing together pretty good, but yeah, let these guys get ahead a little bit. But yeah, so I gotta say, I really like this thing. Obviously handles these tires like cake, so. Of course, the real test is gonna be how well this thing does in the mud, and most importantly, against the 450. So I got a feeling the 450 is still gonna outdo this thing. I really do. Like, in the mud, just after riding it the last time in the mud, how well the 450 did, man, I think it's hard to beat. I know that, jeepers. I know that, like, obviously more power is more funner, but when it comes to getting through the mud, sometimes it's better to not have as much power because you don't tear everything up as much. And when you're not tearing everything up as much, you get, like, traction and you get through what you got to get through. It's not as fun and it's not as showy, but it works. This thing is definitely a lot louder than the 450. Like, woo! I know that it's only a 450, but, you know, even with the exhaust on it, it's nowhere near the loudness of this thing. Oh, this is so friggin' rocky. See if this is relatively straight here. Whoop, whoop. Oh yeah, so easy to get air with this thing, which is awesome. Not very straight, or straight, but it's pretty rocky and hilly. Yeah, I don't want to send it over that one. Not all that confident in getting air. Woo! Let's see what we got here, see if we can learn anything. Well, I saw 7,400 RPM, but... Oh, jeez. Always look where you're going. That was not cool. Ow. Alright, well. Whew. I need like a nice open road to do this test, because this ain't gonna work. Oh, that was a mistake. Whatever you do, don't look at your own tires. Woo. That was cool. That was a lot deeper than I thought it was gonna be. Oh, it sunk right down there. Woo. See, the only thing I don't like about the GoPro is you can't get that nice third-person view. So, like, that got pretty deep toward the backside. All you can go off of is kind of what it looks on that first-person view. You don't actually see third-person. So that went pretty deep, I'd say, up to there. But that was a piece of cake for this friggin' thing, so that was awesome. Gotta say, my Walmart waiters here. Look at this beast. Oh man, I cannot wait to put this thing up against the 450. Oh man. I know a lot of people probably are like, dude, it's an 800, it's gonna smoke it, but I still want to see how well the 450 can do, because that thing's that's my baby. I think that ticking noise I'm hearing is an exhaust leak. Ooh. Freaking more power, baby. Oh, that's Donut Media's line. I can't use that. Woo! When you want to send it, but it's just too rocky. Eh. Oh, baby. All right, that was cool. I like that spring in there. Oh, yes. Got it. Right, well then. Woo! Though I do see why those fail videos exist, and on those fail videos, it's 9 times out of 10 it's a Can-Am, because, jeez, these freaking things eat. An oldie but a goodie. Oh. Clean her off nicely. Oh, yeah, buddy. Let's see how she cleaned her off. I mean, alright, not as clean as I was thinking, but got the water running back in. SC1, man, I gotta say. This stuff's great. Man, you cannot beat the sound of this thing, though. Thought I ripped my boot already. I was about to be like, son of a gun. Giving everything a good workout today. Ooh. Alright, we're going to try and find, because my main objective today was to be able to get my clutching situated. This thing feels really great though, so I mean maybe it doesn't need anything, but I'm gonna try, see if I can before this place closes up, to find a relatively flat, straight area. So pretty unsuccessful being able to find anywhere to really open this thing up here. So I think what we're gonna end up doing is we're gonna have to go, woo! We're gonna have to go somewhere else, try and figure something out. But really what it has to be, like, is an open road. That's kind of about it. I mean, the clutching feels really good. Like, I gotta say, it feels awesome. I got plenty of power, and woo!